After careful thoughts, we figure out some focus areas. So other than the regular research, teaching, service, we have right now I believe we have 4 focus areas. The first one is service learning. Songbin has mentioned we have 10 students right now are currently on their way to Central Dharma, join their service learning program. So I believe they are currently in Jakarta Airport, working to get on airplanes to Yogyakarta right now. And social enterprise, that's another key area. Corporate governance and corporate social responsibility. And we spend lots of time, efforts, resources in these areas. Our experience, Songbin has mentioned, the support from the president is important. Thanks God, our current president was my teacher when I was a student at Furen. So he gave me his full support in lots of dimensions. So I think that this is a very important issue. And the second one is the department chairs, directors are highly motivated in this project. It takes time. Because like Songbin has mentioned, all we can do is providing incentives, but we don't have sticks. We only have carrots. The deans in Asian countries, we don't have the authorities and powers like the deans in the U.S. So it's a very different story. So because of the cultural difference, you have to persuade the chairs and directors. It's a right direction, but you cannot persuade to do it. You cannot force them to do it. You have to spend lots of time trying to talk to them. So this is taking time. We have a strategic committee meet, like Songbin has mentioned, every month, solving problems, promoting issues, and we try to find several key faculty members in each department or program. Ask them to devote lots of time and efforts in preparing related documents or pushing for certain issues. Again, the majority of the members are junior faculty members who just got their tenure. Usually, it's the senior faculty members. Actually, they don't quite care about this. And we even have to beg them. Can you keep writing papers? Because our AQ standards, 2 journals in 5 years. So could you please, you have some research outcomes, but please, try to have them published in journals. So it's difficult. It's difficult. AQ, PQ requirements and some other documents also takes time and efforts.
Mike, can you tell us what AQ, PQ is?
AQ means academically qualification. What I think Aline probably can explain this a little bit more. It not only requires you to have the PhD program, you need to have some academic publications. There are lots of categories of AQ. It's in the standards, so you have to read the standards. Yeah. PQ means professionally qualified, something like this. Staff members, of course, they have to help us prepare documents. At least from our point of view, we think AACSB is the most important project, right now. Impact, excellent path for globalization. We have more international exchange students, more joint degree, dual degree programs. We even have a tri-degree program with USF and IQS. I'm going to share this either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. More support from the school, more resources, whereas we have flexibility in budget, more for faculty and staff quotas. Usually we need to have the evaluation by the Minister of Education in Taiwan right now because of the AACSB accreditation. We waive the evaluation by our government It's a competitive advantage in marketing the college because we are the first accredited school in Taiwan and mainland China. Quality education becomes the number one concern of the college. And this is a little bit long, because the tradition in Taiwan, the main operating unit is the department, not a college. So after the accreditation, we have spent lots of time trying to switch the focus. Right now, the college is the main operating unit. All the budget is going to the college first, then the dean can have the authority to decide which department has more resources and so on. But the workloads are heavier and heavier for everybody in the college. So that's why we have to spend lots of time to communicate with the faculty, the staff members, even the students, because it's lots of work. It's a never-ending project, but we think it's worth the efforts. Thank you very much.
Quick comment. The credentials of the faculty, 2 classifications. AQ is academically qualified, and there are several categories. If one has a PhD in accounting, teaching accounting, that provides your basic academic qualification. If you have a PhD in economics and you're teaching finance, then you have to have some publication of some additional materials to provide your evidence of qualification as a finance professor. If you have a PhD in sociology, teaching accounting, then you have to have even more, either additional coursework or so forth. Very important point, though, while those definitions are broad like that, it also gets linked to the individual school. Because again, if the school has a doctorate program, then the expectation of what provides minimum academic qualifications may be more demanding than if you are a teaching-based institution. PQ means professionally qualified, and the challenge there is many schools think just because the person is working in business and is teaching that they are professionally qualified. But the standard requires that they have substantial experience at a substantial level. So that's where it sometimes, in other words, if they are a vice president of a company or a chairman and have been in business for years, that's fine. But if it's someone who just finished their MBA and is now working as an accountant, to call them professionally qualified to teach auditing isn't sufficient. So just a basic question here.